Every day, from the moment you wake up until the moment you sleep, there is one object that travels with you everywhere. It enters every building you enter. It is present in every meeting, every transaction, every moment when money moves toward you or away from you. It sits in the closest physical proximity to your body for more waking hours than almost any other object in your life. And in 45 years of working with Hindu families across India and across the diaspora, I have never, not once, encountered a family that treats this object with the sacred awareness it deserves. Your wallet, your purse, the vessel in which you carry money, the Artha Shastra of Chanakya contains a teaching that most of its translators summarize too broadly to capture its full precision. In the second book, Chanakya describes what he calls the Dravya Kosha, the personal treasury, the individual's portable store of material wealth, and identifies it as the primary interface between the person and the flow of Lakshmi's energy in the material world. He says, and I'm giving you the essential principle rather than a verbatim translation. The vessel that holds your wealth is not merely a container, it is the meeting point between what the cosmos has sent towards you and what you have prepared to receive. A vessel that is treated with awareness and intention receives abundantly. A vessel that's treated as a mere convenience receives sporadically. A vessel that's treated with carelessness or contempt receives nothing and leaks what little it holds. This is the teaching I'm bringing to you today, not as a metaphor, as a precise and actionable practice from the Vedic tradition that my grandfather transmitted to me when I was 22 years old, standing in the kitchen of our home in Varanasi as he prepared for a journey, and I watched him do something with his wallet that I had never noticed before and have never forgotten since. He held his wallet in both hands. He brought it close to his mouth, and in a voice so quiet that I could barely hear it from 3 feet away, he whispered us something over it. Then he touched it to his forehead, pressed his palms together briefly, and placed it in his pocket. I asked him what he had said. He looked at me for a moment with the slight surprise of someone who has been caught in a private practice and then said, I have been doing this every morning since I was 19 years old. My grandmother taught it to me. She called it the needy mantra, the mantra of the treasury. She said that the money you carry is Lakshmi in her most mobile form. When you acknowledge her presence each morning in the vessel that holds her, she stays. When you ignore her, she wanders. I am Guruji Raman Sharma, born in Varanasi, trained at Banaras Hindu University, formed in the deepest dimensions of Vedic science by my grandfather Pandit Vishnu Sharma, who served as a priest at the Kashi Vishwanath temple and whose family had maintained the continuous practice of Vedic household wisdom for generations before him. For 45 years, I have studied, practiced, and transmitted the sacred sciences of prosperity. What I'm sharing today is one of the 9 sacred laws of Lakshmi, the law of the sacred vessel, applied specifically to the most intimate and most neglected of all the vessels in the modern Hindu household. Write Om Shrim Mahalakshmi Namaha in the comments right now. As you write it, understand that the wallet you are carrying in your pocket or bag right now is at this moment a vessel without a mantra, a treasury without its invocation, and that this is about to change. Before I give you the practice, I need to give you the complete understanding of why this matters. Because I know that some of what I am about to share will seem on the surface very simple. Too simple, perhaps, for something that claims to be ancient Vedic science. But the deepest principles in the Vedic tradition are almost always the simplest in their outer form and the most profound in their inner significance. This practice takes approximately 3 minutes per morning. Its effects, maintained consistently over months and years, are among the most pervasive and deeply established of any practice in the tradition of household Vedic prosperity. The Vedic tradition has a specific theology of money, a precise understanding of what money is at its energetic and spiritual level that is completely absent from modern financial education and only partially present in most modern Hindu teaching. I want to give it to you fully because it is the foundation upon which everything else in this teaching rests. The Lakshmi Tantra, which is one of the most important texts specifically dedicated to the goddess, contains a teaching that my grandfather recited to me so many times in my childhood that I can still hear his voice as I repeat it. Lakshmi is not a substance, she is a quality of consciousness. She is the quality of sacred generativity, the principle of divine abundance that manifests as everything from the food on your table to the light in a child's eyes when they are happy. Money is one form in which this principle takes material expression in the human world. It is Lakshmi's most mobile, most versatile, most immediately accessible material form. The coin and the currency note are not valuable in themselves. They are valuable because Lakshmi's energy has chosen to inhabit them as a vessel for her mobility in the world. This is a description with enormous practical consequences. If money is Lakshmi's mobile form, then the vessel in which you carry money is a mobile shrine. It is not a leather rectangle. It is not a utilitarian object. It is the dwelling place of the goddess in your daily life. And if the goddess dwells there, the question the tradition immediately asks is, what is the quality of the welcome you are extending to her in that dwelling place? Is it the quality of a shrine, of something maintained with awareness, honored with a daily sacred act, treated with the reverence that a divine presence deserves? Or is it the quality of an overlooked container, something stuffed into a pocket or bag without acknowledgement, opened and closed dozens of times each day with no more awareness than you bring to a filing cabinet? The Vedic tradition is consistent and specific. Lakshmi remains where she is welcomed and acknowledged. She leaves not through any act of abandonment on her part, but through a gradual withdrawal of the quality of her presence from any vessel whose keeper has ceased to be aware of what they are holding. The Chanakya Niti states this in language so direct it requires no interpretation. He who does not know what he holds cannot hold it for long. This is not poetic, it is energetic law. My grandfather's morning whisper was the act of knowing, the act of saying every single morning before the day's first transaction, before the wallet was opened for the first time. I know what I carry. I know that this is a vessel of Lakshmi's presence. I acknowledge her here. I invite her to remain. Now, let me give you the complete practice. The practice has three components, and all three are necessary for the full effect. The first is the preparation of the wallet itself, what to place in it and what to remove from it to make it a proper dwelling for Lakshmi's presence. The second is the morning mantra, the specific mantra sequence whispered directly to the wallet each morning that constitutes the daily renewal of the invitation. The third is the monthly renewal, a simple but specific act performed on each Amavasya, the new moon day, that resets and deepens the wallet's consecrated quality with every lunar cycle. The preparation of the wallet. In the Vedic tradition, a sacred vessel must contain three things: a sacred image, a sacred substance, and open, uncluttered space. The first two create the energetic quality of the vessel. The third ensures that what enters has room to settle and remain. The sacred image for the wallet is a small image of goddess Lakshmi, specifically the Sri Yantra, if you can find a small version of it, which is the geometric representation of Lakshmi's energy in its most condensed and powerful form. The Sri Yantra, also called Sri Chakra, is described in the Lakshmi Tantra as the most complete visual representation of the divine feminine principle of abundance. It contains within its nine interlocking triangles the entire cosmological blueprint of Lakshmi's energy field. A small laminated or metal Sri Yantra card placed in the primary compartment of your wallet creates what the tradition calls a Yantra Kosha, a treasury activated by sacred geometry. If you cannot find a Sri Yantra card, a small image of Goddess Lakshmi with Ganesha on a card, these are commonly available at Indian grocery stores, serves the same purpose. What matters is the quality of the image. It should be clear, bright, respectful, and undamaged. Never place in your wallet Any image of the goddess that is faded, torn, or printed on cheap paper, that has become worn, a damaged image of the goddess in your wallet, is not better than no image. It broadcasts a quality of deterioration that is energetically significant. Replace it when it shows any sign of wear. The sacred substance is a small pinch of kumkum, the red vermilion powder of the goddess, placed in a tiny folded piece of white paper and tucked into the inner compartment of the wallet, where it will not be disturbed, not a large amount, a pinch. The kumkum represents the active presence of Shakti, the divine feminine power, in the wallet. It is a physical acknowledgement that this vessel holds more than money. The ancient texts on household ritual consistently identify the presence of kumkum as a signal to Lakshmi that the space has been prepared for her in the tradition that she recognizes and responds to. Replace the kumkum on each Amavasya as part of the monthly renewal. The open, uncluttered space. This is the element most consistently violated in modern wallets, and its violation is directly connected to the financial pattern most commonly described by struggling families: money that enters and immediately departs, with no accumulation, no building, no sense of stability. Old receipts, expired loyalty cards, business cards from people you no longer remember, credit cards for accounts that are closed, coins that have been sitting in the same dark corner of the wallet for so long they have lost whatever year is stamped on them. All of this, the accumulated, unreleased clutter of a wallet that has never been cleared, creates what the Vastu and Vedic traditions call stagnant Dan energy, the energetic residue of money and transactions that have passed, but whose vibrational quality remains as a field of stasis. Lakshmi, as the Sri Suktam and the Lakshmi Tantra consistently describe her, is a moving energy. She flows, she circulates. She does not remain where stasis dominates. Clear your wallet completely today before anything else in this practice. Remove everything from every compartment. Wipe the inside with a small piece of clean cotton or cloth. Then return to it only what is currently active, currently relevant, currently in service of your present life. Your primary payment cards, your identification, a small amount of currency, and the sacred image and kumkum as I described, nothing more. A wallet that is light, clear, and unencumbered is a wallet that is ready to receive abundantly because it communicates at every level that it has space for what is coming. Now, the morning mantra. This is the heart of the practice, and I want to give you the complete understanding of what you are doing when you perform it so that it never becomes mechanical. Each morning, after you have bathed and before you have opened your wallet for the first time in the day, before the first transaction, before the first payment, before the first time you reach into it for any reason, pick up your wallet, hold it in both hands, cupped, with the same quality of holding with which you would hold a small, precious, fragile thing. Not a death grip, a gentle, aware containment. Bring it close to your mouth, not touching, but close, close enough that your breath touches it. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the weight of it in your hands. This is the moment of arriving, the moment of becoming fully present to what you are holding before you speak your mantra into it. My grandfather spent approximately 30 seconds in this quality of quiet arrival before he whispered his mantra. He said, the mantra you whisper in distraction is a sound. The mantra you whisper from presence is an invocation. They look identical from the outside. From the they produce completely different results. Now whisper the mantra. I will give you the complete three-part sequence that my grandfather's tradition specified, and I will explain what each part is doing. The first part, Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha, three times. This is the primary invocation, the acknowledgement of the goddess in her full and complete form. Whispered into the wallet, it is the greeting that says, I see you here. I know that you are in this vessel. I bow to you with awareness and devotion. Three repetitions. Morning is in three count time in the Vedic tradition, corresponding to the three gunas: sattva, rajas, tamas, and the three states of time: past, present, future. The second part, Om Yakshaya Kuberaya, Vaishravanaya Dhanadanya Dipataye. Dehi me dehi swaha. Once. This is the invocation of Lord Kubera, the divine treasurer and guardian of material wealth, whose specific function in the Vedic cosmos is the protection of wealth in its physical form. The translation is approximately Om to the Yaksha Lord, Kubera, son of Vishrava, master of all wealth and grain, give to me, Svaha. When this mantra is whispered into the wallet after the Lakshmi invocation, what you are doing is asking the goddess's treasury guardian to take up his station in the vessel that holds her mobile presence in your daily life. You are not merely inviting wealth to enter. You are posting the divine guardian at the entrance of the vessel to ensure that what enters does not leave without your conscious intention. The third part, Om Hrim Shrim, Krim Shrim Kubaraya, Ashtalakshmi Mama Grihe, Dhanam Puraya Nama. Once. This is the Kubera Ashtalakshmi mantra, the invocation of all eight forms of the goddess alongside the divine treasurer. Its meaning, through the divine energies of Hrim, Shrim, and Krim, I bow to Lord Kubera and the Ashtalakshmi. Fill my household treasury with wealth. Fill it, I bow to you. This mantra, whispered last into the wallet, is the specific invocation of the wallet as a vessel connected to the household treasury, the link between the wallet you carry in your pocket and the larger financial field of your entire family's life. It establishes the mobile vessel as a conscious extension of the household's sacred financial architecture. The complete whispered sequence takes approximately 45 seconds. 45 seconds every morning before the first transaction of the day. After the third mantra, bring the wallet to your forehead for one breath. This is the act of prostration, the acknowledgement that what you carry is sacred. Then place it in your pocket or bag with the same quality of deliberate awareness with which you would place a sacred object on an altar. What you are doing with this 45-second morning practice is establishing each day the conscious relationship between yourself and the divine energy that inhabits the vessel of your personal treasury. You are not performing a magic spell. You are not manipulating reality with a technique. You are doing what the Vedic tradition has always identified as the most fundamental act of prosperity consciousness. You are acknowledging what you have before you ask for more. You are honoring the goddess's presence in the mobile form she has chosen for your daily life before you deploy that form in the world. The Bhagavad Gita, in its third chapter, teaches that the act of yajna, sacred action, action performed with full awareness and intentionality, is what creates the conditions for divine abundance to manifest. This morning mantra is the yajna of the wallet. It takes the most ordinary act of the day, picking up the object that holds your money, and transforms it into a sacred act. And when you transform the ordinary into the sacred consistently, the quality of what flows through that ordinary dimension of your life changes permanently. Now, the monthly renewal performed on each Amavasya, the new moon day, take your wallet to your puja space, remove everything from it. Set the old pinch of kumkum paper aside to be released into water or buried in soil. Clean the inside of the wallet with a piece of cotton dipped in clean water and one drop of Ganga jal if you have it. Allow it to dry completely. While it dries, hold it in the smoke of a lit camphor tablet or incense stick for a moment. Camphor is the purifying substance the Vedic tradition associates most consistently with the renewal of sacred spaces and objects. Then replace the sacred image, add a fresh pinch of kumkum in its white paper, and return your other items to their proper places. Now hold the renewed wallet in both hands and recite Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha 108 times, one full mala. If you have a mala, use it, holding it in the same hand that holds the wallet, counting the beads with your thumb as you recite. If you do not have a mala, count on your fingers through 3 rounds. During these 108 repetitions, hold a clear and specific visualization. See the inside of your wallet filled with golden light, warm, living, gently pulsing light, not static, but moving the way Lakshmi herself moves. See your currency, notes, and coins as forms made of this light. See them multiplying slowly but steadily in this golden field as seeds multiply when they are planted in fertile, consecrated soil. After the 108th repetition, whisper once more the complete three-part sequence. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Om Yakshaya Kuberaya Vaishravanaya Dhanadhan Yadipataye Dehi Me Dehi Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Krim Shrim Kuberaya Ashtalakshmi Mamagrihe Dhanam Puraya Puraya Nama. Then bow the wallet to your forehead 3 times. 3 brief touches of the wallet's face to your third eye. This act, in the tradition of my grandfather's family, is the sealing of the monthly renewal. It establishes the renewed wallet as a dhan yantra for the coming lunar cycle. Let me tell you what to expect. Within the first 7 days of the daily morning mantra practice, families consistently report a subtle but noticeable shift in their relationship with money. Not necessarily a change in the amount of money, but a change in the quality of their awareness around it. They begin to notice money differently. They notice when it arrives. They notice what it was used for and whether that use honored or dishonored the quality of awareness they are cultivating. This shift in noticing is not a side effect of the practice, it is the first fruit. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that clarity of awareness is the primary gift of sustained devotional practice. And this clarity, applied to the financial dimension of life, begins to create the specific changes in behavior and perception that draw abundance towards a person without efforting, within one lunar cycle, from your first new moon monthly renewal to the second. The financial dimension of your life should show the beginning of what the tradition calls dan prava, the flow of wealth, beginning to move with more consistency and direction. What was sporadic begins to have a quality of steadiness. What was leaking begins to hold. The wallet that had the quality of a vessel with holes in it, where money entered and immediately departed, begins to have the quality of a vessel that can hold what it receives. Within 3 lunar cycles of the combined daily and monthly practice, the Vedic tradition describes the establishment of what it calls Nidhi Shtairya, the stability of the personal treasury. The wallet has become, by this point, genuinely consecrated. The daily mantras have accumulated for 90 days into a field of sattvic energy that is now a permanent quality of the object itself. Lakshmi's presence in it is no longer dependent only on this morning's whispered acknowledgement. Though that acknowledgement must be continued, it has become embedded in the vessel the way a dye embeds in cloth, present regardless of the moment, not needing to be renewed every few hours to be real. Now, the sacred warnings, I give them with the same seriousness my grandfather always gave them. Never place in your wallet anything that carries the energy of financial defeat, loss, or crisis. Old debt notices, unpaid bills, collection letters. These things do not belong in the wallet under any circumstances. They belong in a specific file, addressed with the clarity and practical intelligence that Chanakya would prescribe. But they must never share the space of Lakshmi's mobile dwelling. To place a reminder of financial difficulty in the wallet is the specific energetic act most strongly associated with what the tradition calls Chanchala Lakshmi, the restless, unstable Lakshmi who cannot remain in any place where the quality of lack is being continuously broadcast. This mistake is extraordinarily common and extraordinarily damaging. If you are carrying such items now, remove them today. Never open your wallet in a state of anger, anxiety, or resentment about money. I know this is difficult advice when financial stress is real and present. I'm not asking you to pretend that the difficulty is not there. I'm asking you, in the moment of opening the wallet, to do one breath of the awareness the morning mantra has established in you. One moment of remembering that what you hold is a sacred vessel before you engage with it. This one breath transforms the quality of the interaction. It is the difference between opening a shrine in a state of distress and opening a shrine in a state of difficulty that is acknowledged and then set aside for the duration of the sacred act. Never skip the morning mantra for more than 3 consecutive days without a specific, immediate renewal practice to restore what the gap has interrupted. The tradition identifies 3 days as the maximum interruption that can occur in a daily practice before the energetic continuity that the practice creates begins to degrade. If circumstances interrupt the morning practice for 1 or 2 days, illness or travel, a family emergency, simply resume on the next available morning with an extended version of the practice. Recite the three-part mantra sequence 3 times instead of once, and add 9 repetitions of Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha as a restoration of the interrupted thread. If the gap has been longer, perform the complete monthly renewal practice as an immediate reset, regardless of where you are in the lunar cycle. I want to close with the wider significance of this practice within the complete system of the 9 sacred laws I have been sharing. Each of the practices in this series addresses a different interface between the household's life and Lakshmi's energy. The front door as the primary gateway, the northeast corner as the primary gathering zone, the puja room as the primary devotional space, the bedroom as the zone of nightly reception, the Friday lamp ritual as the weekly renewal, the pre dawn mantra sadhana as the daily channel opening, the rice and silver vessel as the permanent household anchoring. This wallet practice, the needy mantra, is the interface that travels with you into the world. It is the practice that takes everything that has been established in the home and carries it into the financial dimension of daily life. Without it, the home is consecrated, but the person who moves through the world beyond the home is unprotected, unacknowledged, carrying the goddess's mobile form without knowing it. With it, the sacred architecture of the home extends through the wallet you carry and through you into every transaction, every opportunity, every moment when money moves toward or away from your life. My grandfather performed the morning mantra into his wallet for 53 consecutive years without a single gap that he allowed to last more than a day. He died at the age of 87 in Varanasi, in the city he had never left for more than 3 months at any time in his life, having provided for his family throughout all the changes of 20th century India with a consistency and steadiness that those who knew him described as simply miraculous. He would have said there was nothing miraculous about it. He would have said it was the natural result of 53 years of knowing what he carried. In my next teaching, I will complete this series with the Amavasya purification practice from the Atharva Veda, the practice that renews the entire sacred architecture of the home on each new moon and maintains all of the practices I've shared across this series at their full undegraded power. It is the root maintenance of everything else, and without it, the sacred home gradually accumulates the residue of ordinary life until even the most beautifully established practices begin to dim. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Write Om Yakshaya Kuberaya, Vaishravanaya, Dhanadanyadipataye, Dehi me Dehi Swaha in the comments. The full Kubera mantra as your first act of posting the Divine Treasury Guardian at the entrance of your awareness about money. And before you put down your phone or close this teaching, pick up your wallet, hold it for one moment. Notice the quality of awareness you bring to it. That noticing is the beginning of the practice, and the beginning is everything. Share this teaching with the people in your family and community who carry their money through the world every day without ever once acknowledging what they are carrying. The information that transforms a wallet from a leather container into a living sanctuary for Lakshmi's mobile presence is not complicated. It does not require purchasing anything, studying anything, or changing anything about the material structure of your life. It requires only awareness, 45 seconds of morning devotion, and the willingness to know what you hold. May Goddess Lakshmi recognize herself in the wallet you carry from this morning forward, and may she never again have reason to wander. May Lord Kubera stand guard over your personal treasury and ensure that what enters stays, accumulates, and grows. May every transaction of your day be a sacred act, an exchange between two expressions of the divine abundance that underlies all of material life. And may the whispered mantra you offer each morning into your wallet travel with you through every room, every meeting, every moment of your day as a continuous invisible thread of divine connection that brings the world's abundance flowing in your direction. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.